Why, hello there YouTube and welcome to a Who review. I am Davros and I'm a Whovian, and today I review Doctor Who, The Time of the Angels and Flesh and Stone. So this is a two-part episode from Series 5 where the Doctor and Amy find a message on some old artifacts saying hello sweetie, the Doctor knowing that this is a message from River Song, and they cross paths and then in the far future find themselves where they go investigating a crashed ship, only to find that it contained a weeping angel, and also they wander into a cave that has many moving statues in which are turning out to be weeping angels, and they're slowly regenerating and gaining power again, along with the church, who are also the army in this, and River Song also has to earn her pardon from her imprisonment to stop, as she killed someone in the future, and also, deal with these weeping angels, with the crack also present, and we get to see what the crack can actually be capable of as erasing people from existence. And Amy, she gets infected by a weeping angel by it getting into her head, and we learn more about these weeping angels, that they can also manifest through imagery as well, which again makes the weeping angels all the more unnerving. So what did I like about this one? Well, this was Matt Smith's first two-parter as the Doctor, and also we get Alex Kingston back as River Song. Last time we saw from her was in Forest of the Dead, so this is like Stephen Moffat's first run as showrunner, and he gets to bring some of his own creations in there, like River Song and the Weeping Angels. So Alex Kingston was great coming back. I also enjoyed Matt Smith's performance. Karen Gillan as Amy, I feel she didn't do a lot in this other than be a bit like, she's like stranded and gets stuck at one point because she's infected by a weeping angel. Also, this had Iain Glen in it, who just before Game of Thrones, he was in this as a priest, yet soldier, and the church had moved on since then. I also liked, the setting and the whole scenery and the location, especially when the spaceship turned out to have an environmentally friendly part to it. But of course, let's go down to our show stealers, the Weeping Angels. Now, this was their second outing in the show. Before this, they'd appeared in the 2007 Light Doctor episode, Blink, which people have said is a terrifying episode and is probably one of the best episodes in the revival era so far. And Moffat brings them back, showing more of what they can do, and we learn a lot more of these things. Not only are they quantum locked and turned to stone when they're observed, but how fast they can be, but also how they can manifest through stuff such as imagery, like on a screen. They can get into your head as well, into your mind. These creatures seems to be unstoppable, and the fact if you blink you'll end up back in time. Also, there's quite an unnerving bit where it cuts to black and we hear one character get his neck broke, so these angels can move in the dark, and even steals the voice of one of the soldiers called Bob, where the weeping angel is communicating with them. So these weeping angels are bad news, and they are very unsettling and unnerving, especially how they move and how sinister and creepy they are. Also, they can just be like, I don't know what it is, but that is one of Moffat's genius creations there, the Weeping Angels, and probably one of the best monsters from the modern era, and just creepy as. But also we also find out this crack as well in time, which we all see follows the Doctor throughout Series 5, and we see that in this it can erase people from existence if they stand too close to it and get sucked in. And of course we don't get a full-on answer to that until towards the end of the series. But yeah, this was a good two-part filler in there, and especially that ending of part one where the Doctor tells the angels that they've picked the wrong guy to mess with, making that heroic speech, saying if you value your existence, you know, and all that, there's one thing you never put in a trap, and that's him, and he fires the gun. But also, this one was probably a bit controversial for Graham Norton. See, when this episode aired in 2010, there was a bit that towards the end of the episode where a cartoon bobblehead of Graham Norton appeared in the screen saying, up next, was it I'll Do Anything or something, whatever show that was he was hosting at the time. That apparently drew in a lot of complaints. So many complaints, and, you know, it's not Graham Norton's fault. You know, yeah, it was the BBC, but I think people did overreact a bit, but maybe they were like, oh, that means it's the end of the episode and that. But it was a two-part. Also, they never showed that bit again with Graham Norton. But, yeah, we also see just darkness and the unnervity that Doctor Who can be. So, yeah. And then, of course, the episode does end in time where the Doctor gets Amy back, and she's only been gone 5 minutes from her time, and they get ready for the next episode. So, yeah, Doctor Who, The Time of Angels and Flesh and Stone. There's even a bit where Amy's got her eyes closed and the angels are staying still, but then we actually do see them move. You know, because they then realise they're not being observed and stuff. Again, I don't know what is more scary, the fact that they can move very fast or the fact that they see them move. But anyway, yeah, this was a good two-parter and was quite a good look in what Moffat had to, you know, was going to bring us in his new era of the show. Okay, ratings. What am I going to give the ratings? I'll give performances a 9, the writing a 9, the visuals a 9, and my personal, I'll give it a 10. Yeah, I do enjoy this one. So yeah, there you are. There is my review on Doctor Who, The Time of Angels and Flesh and Stone. So have you seen this one? Let me know what you think down below in the comments, and if you like this video, be sure to give it a big thumbs up. Share with your friends and feel free to subscribe to the channel if you haven't already and to hit that notification bell. I have been Random Ross. Well, sorry, not Random Ross, that's my other YouTube media I do. No, I have been Davros, the Whovian, and this has been a Who review. So until next time, run for your life.